Everybody come see us on tour. We'll be in Columbus, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.
Speaking of the Hollywood Reporter, they just acknowledged reality. This just dropped, I think, literally today. Struggling entertainment workers are fleeing Hollywood, but some people don't want to hire them because they're from show business. Some of them are even trying to work at Whole Foods. So this goes to a little of the data you were talking about. The data on how Hollywood has cut back in the last few years has been stark. Between the first quarters of 2022 and 2024, during which time the industry sustained two crippling strikes and the bursting of the streaming bubble, employment in California's film, television, and sound sector dropped nearly 30%, according to Otis College of Art and Design Research. This year, production levels are still lagging behind their pre-strike highs. On-location filming in the LA area during the third quarter of 2024 dropped more than 36% compared to the 5-year average of that same period, while a ProdPro report found the production volume across the U.S. dropped 35% in the third quarter of 2023 compared with the same period in 2022. So you've talked a lot about how dumb it was for them to go on strike at the time that they did. Can you talk a little about the impact that had on the industry and whether that's permanent?
It is permanent. What happened? What led them to strike was fear of AI, and also knowing that this is probably our last chance to get a raise for a while. So they forced in a strike, not really thinking about next year, the year after, or the legacy of their entire industry. Labor disputes, both sides always have a beef. I'm not for the producers. I'm not for either side. I think the timing of the strike was absolutely stupid, like utterly stupid. It was obvious that in a year where they called 2023 the year of the flop buster, because it was a lot of flops. And it was their first year that they almost got back to a normal release schedule in 2 years, and they decided to shut everything down. So shutting everything down twice. Now, the first time they were working, but they were shut down because we couldn't go see the movies. But shutting your industry down once is something you probably can't recover from. Twice, you're dead. You're dead. So you can strike and talk about AI and all along, but guess what? AI was coming anyway. You want to talk about something that was going to happen anyway.
Right.
The rules they got for AI doesn't apply to each individual studio creating an AI for their own IP, and they're all going to be there. And what I said during the strike is most of you aren't going to be going back to work now. You left work voluntarily, voted to leave, and you're out of a job now. And guess what? That's what happened. And they left California. Now they're so desperate, they're going to Gavin Newsom, the guy who created this environment, for help. Because apparently tax breaks are better in the effing UK than in California.
Right.
How is that even possible?
Right.
Again, like the talented people will survive. I think the people who are worth their salt probably better off going on their own and relying on studios. But it looks to me like Hollywood is just another 20th century business model that's outlived its usefulness in the 21st century, like broadcast television. There'll always be some form of scripted entertainment, like I said before, but it might not, like Hollywood's not going to be the big boy forever. It's already splitting up, and that's probably good. And they committed suicide. They did it to themselves. They could have lasted a lot longer. They could have survived this. There's a lot of problems that are fixable. I think the one thing that's not fixable is getting your audience back.
Everybody come see us on tour. We'll be in Columbus, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.